There is no doubt that strange things happen in the world of ufology. Sightings, close encounters, abductions, and so on. This is the stuff that we hear about all the time. Reports of these flying saucers, of gray beings with large black eyes, coming into your bedroom and taking you in the middle of the night. Cars, engines that suddenly shut off by mysterious craft. Reports of missing time. Implants under the skin. These are all classic and well-known symptoms of a UFO encounter. But there is another symptom that doesn't get spoken about as much. We've heard about it time and time again in countless UFO reports, but it's hardly ever brought to point. It's an interesting phenomenon known as the Oz factor. A curious phenomenon that takes place during close encounters. This term was first developed by Jenny Randall, prolific author and UFO researcher from England. In her years as a UFO researcher, she noticed a common theme that would occur time and time again between certain UFO cases, an effect that would happen, whereby certain encounters of a witness would describe the same exact effects. Once they were close enough to the UFO, time seemed to stop. They no longer heard any ambient sounds. No birds, no train whistles in the distance, no dogs barking, no kids playing, no traffic. Everything went silent. Everything went still, motionless, where the only things that existed were you and the UFO. It's as if you were transferred into another reality, another dimension. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Once you were close enough, you would enter what she called the zone of influence. Within the zone, you could fully observe the UFO as an objective reality. But outside of the zone of influence, the UFO is not there. It doesn't exist. Just like the laws of quantum mechanics, if you're not looking at it, and it's not there, it doesn't exist until you observe it. And you must be inside the zone to influence to observe it. And this doesn't seem to just affect individuals' objective reality, but it can affect the timeline of individuals, or as time is now different for them than it is for anyone outside of the zone of influence. Now this might sound outlandish and far-fetched. However, if you think of it in terms of quantum reality, what our reality is based on, that being the quantum universe, then it becomes completely plausible, not only possible but probable. Do UFOs have to come from alien planets somewhere else in another solar system? Or another galaxy even? What if they came from right here, right around us? And these incredible crafts phase in and out of our reality into ours. And if you're in the right spot, at the right time, you're able to witness these extraordinary events. As crazy as our reality is, the quantum universe is even crazier. Yet the fundamentals of material universe are built upon these properties of quantum mechanics. Let's take the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident as an example. A famous UFO case that took place on an American military base in England in the late 1980s. An American serviceman by the name of Jim Peniston claims he not only touched a UFO, but walked around it and observed it for 45 minutes, taking notes and receiving a binary code displayed directly into his brain. But his partner John Burroughs claims something entirely different. He only remembers seeing the craft for about 5 minutes. Now, if you take the case of Betty and Barney Hill in their interrupted journey, where do they go? Could the occupants of these UFOs somehow be manipulating the very fabric of space, time, the essence of objective reality, moving it forward, backwards, freezing it? Do the crafts themselves radiate some kind of field that extends as a short-ranged beyond the edge of their craft? Or could this be some sort of new form of derealization? A psychological disorder that impacts a person's abilities to experience vivid color or life in motion. Can the mere sight of a UFO cause an individual to become awestruck? Could they develop some sort of tunnel vision? Now, naturally, it seemed that a lot of these could just explain away psychological phenomenon. But what happens when people take photographs from within the zone of influence? There have been reports and cases where people have taken photographs of UFOs right across the street from them who saw nothing. How is this possible? Are they in some kind of bubble of alternate reality, another universe, a dimension? And if that is the case, then who was on the other side looking back at us? We'd be considered merely a figment of their imagination, offshoot of their reality. To anybody who has seen a UFO, ask yourself, when you saw the craft, do you remember what happened right next to you? Did it feel normal, or did you feel like you could possibly be in the land of Oz? Now, it's important not to have this confused with the Mandela effect, which is an individual's inability to pay attention or detail, or not to remember how to spell something. The Oz factor stems from our understanding of physics, and the Mandela effect stems from an excuse for not remembering something. This fascinating phenomenon will no doubt occur again, but who knows where and when. Maybe sometime in the future, you might look up and see an object so incredible, and your only thought is, we're not in Kansas anymore. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. Blake Cousins. We're not alone.
What the fuck are they? There's no one coming up.
It's sure not just like fireworks.
No, they're not fireworks, they're not. They don't just shoot with all
Not
that.
fireworks, they ain't aeroplanes.
Oh, bloody batteries on them.
Oh, you're not coming.
Oh, the bloody batteries can go.
See the lights in there?
Yeah.
I've done this stupid one.
And there, his batteries run out. That's the end of the video. You heard him multiple times. Darren submits this incredible video, and he states in the video twice that his batteries were running out, but what did he capture? Multiple lights over the UK. Darren describes to me in his Gmail that he and his family were driving, enjoying the scenery, on their way to the grocery store, and they witnessed some strange lights. They pulled over and captured what we're looking at. We're zooming in, adding some brightness, contrast, and this is definitely a UFO phenomenon. Could it be weather phenomenon? Ball lightning comes to mind. Ball lightning, and look at these side-by-side comparisons. We have one zoomed in to the right and the full original video down below to the left. And these things are just levitating. And Darren says he couldn't explain what they were. They thought they were fireworks at one moment. Brett, what do you make of this?
Blake, they definitely come to realize that these aren't fireworks. We can see that we have different arrays of color around it. We got an orange red, we even have purple and a light blue. It's pretty amazing what they captured over here, and genuine conversation between them both is important. You could hear them talking about what they're seeing. It really makes sense. Just their whole surrounding area on what they're capturing. It's amazing, Blake.
He says that he had his camera, he zoomed in on it, so we're looking at, definitely he's focused in, so there is a little shake when you try to zoom in on objects, and I'm glad he actually captured as best as he could. Right before the battery went out, he captured this still that we're zooming up on right now, and we got 4 orbs. You can see some kind of energy field behind it and around it, and he was stating as well that they're changing colors from red to orange to blue, different hues of colors. While this is going on, he and his family were bewildered, and I gotta say, this is some great footage.